Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody. I'm Dallas Arcand. I'm a three-time world champion hoop dancer. This is my video for instructional, educational purposes. So if you want to learn some tips, tricks, and techniques for hoop dancing, I've done this before in previous videos in which I was breaking down the hoop dance and the benefits and how it could be used. So today I'm going to just have a little refresher because it's been a while since I've posted any videos. So we're gonna start with one hoop and then maybe we'll work our way up to 3 hoops. But basically I'm just gonna show you some tips, tricks and techniques to make you better understand hoop dancing and the fitness of it all and really what it all takes. So, if you don't already have a hoop, I encourage you to get one. They're real easy to make. You can go to any hardware store and get the material, and it's fairly cheap. It's actually only like literally $1 a hoop. Or you can go to the dollar store and get a hoop. If you don't have a hoop, well, how about you watch the video anyway, and you can learn some tips and tricks and that will help you and engage you in hoop dancing and the fitness of it all. So the first thing that we have to learn about the hoop dance is basically how to spin the hoop. So what I tell my students is usually you have to learn how to spin the hoop first before you can actually work with it. So what I teach students off the beginning is to spin the hoop like so, catch it, so spin, catch. So 1 spin, catch, 2 spin, catch, 1 spin, 2 spin. And then you alternate on your left and then your right. So 1, 2. And then eventually I teach how to change over. So 1, 2, 3, catch, swing, and then spin on this side. 1, 2, 3, catch, swing, 1, 2, 3, catch, swing, 1, 2, 3, catch, swing. And that swing is really important because you could actually make a move out of that. That's where you make like a figure 8 pattern. And it's when you're hoop dancing. A lot of hoop dancers know this trick, and it's not only a hoop dancing trick, it's used in a lot of different things. Like if you're swinging, a lot of people out there, they do poi, where they swing those things on a rope. It's called poi. It's like a circus thing. Anyways, hoop dance, this is the indigenous style of hoop dance. It's not the same as circus hoop or hula hooping. This is the indigenous style that I'm showing. So a lot of it has to do with little simple techniques that you do while you're dancing. Because the other thing that we have to do is also, there's the dancing part, which is very simple. It's simple, but it's complicated, if that makes any sense. So right to left, it's always 1, 2. That's the basic step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I got some powwow music playing in the background, but I don't want to play it too loud because of copyright issues. And yeah, eventually I'm going to just get my own beats to dance to. But I do have my own music. But for now, I'm just using this powwow music in the background. Young Bear Singers, they officially gave me the rights to utilize their music. Well, not the rights to their music, but they gave me permission to use their music. So I just want to get that clear before we proceed any further. And powwow, it's really for everybody, powwow music. So, it's not really owned by anybody. It's just for everybody, if that makes any sense. That's the way our culture works, our indigenous culture, and the themes that we always share. And that's one of our main themes of our culture. So the other thing I'm going to teach is, or share with you, is another refresher, is how to, maybe I'll get a better hoop so you can see it better. So I have different color hoops here, just because, it's part of the nature of being a hoop dancer. I have many different colors of hoops. So I'll use this one so you can see it better. So this one, this next exercise is just more of a body thing. So basically what we're going to do is put this through our body and understand how to incorporate it with our body. So the other thing I'm going to teach is just a few different body posture locks and stuff So one of the first thing is the shoulder lock. It's really easy to do. Basically, you put it around your waist like you're gonna hula hoop it, but don't hula hoop it. Basically what you're gonna do is go like this and stick your arms out, and it's just hanging there. And this is a common move that most hoop dancers do. So then the next move from here is to bring it down to here, and we're gonna simply just step out of it. And there's a little bit of body weaving. So here's a little something cooler where you actually step inside of it and go like this and come out of it like that, and then the hoop comes out your back. And then one of the other things I teach my students is exercises and conditioning tricks to help you, become more, to have more stamina, more endurance, more strength. So one of the moves that I do, this is actually a move that works the muscles. It works your butt muscles and your thigh muscles and your calf muscles all at once, even your bicep muscles too. So the tip and technique is actually, it's where you actually have to skip through it, but we're not skipping the same way as you normally would skip with a skipping rope. With a skipping rope, you're going like this, right? You're going forward. So what I'm doing is I'm actually doing a backwards version of it, and it's very different. You actually have to hold the hoop like this, and your arms are doing all the work. So you're going like this. It's like a constant rotation of your arms and your body, and the posture is really important. So you basically have to crouch down like a bunny, like this, and basically this is what you do. You bring the hoop through around your body, and when it comes to about here, you jump like that. So what I do when I'm training and practicing before a show, or when I'm practicing here at home, is I'll actually do this. I'll do it in sets. Just like when you're working out at the gym, you do a set of 10, you do a set of 20, 30 or 40, whatever it may be. So the other, what I do is I'll do sets of 50, but that's just me. Everybody's at their own fitness level and caliber level. So let's just do a set of 10, just to show you. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's all you need to do. So that, if you do that, you break it up into sets, and your reps is your numbers. So do 10 reps and maybe 10 sets, and that'll give you 100 of dancing through the hoop. So that's just one tip and trick technique that I was going to share with you. So here's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So the other thing that I tend to do, or what I'm known for in my style with the hoops, is the ability to flawlessly go from the next move to the next move. So all that is, the tip and the trick that I do is, as a hoop dancer over the years, I've trained myself to do things on the left and the right. So that's kind of what helps hoop dancing and overall fitness, I would say. So for example, like I showed you earlier, you spin on the left and you spin on the right. So the other thing I'm doing here is I'm going to show you another thing that will help you with your exercise or hoop dancing. So one of the things I do is I step through like this, and basically this is kind of a mind kind of like a brain teaser, if you look at it that way. So part of the brain teaser is I'm going to go through this hoop 2 times, and it's going to end up on this side. So I start off on the left. I'm going to go 1 circle, 2 circle, and then I grab the hoop and it's on this side. See, that's kind of a mind teaser. So 1, 2, and we're back on this side. All right. And then some of the other tips and tricks that I wanted to share with you is when you're picking up the hoop, it's there's a few different ways you can do it, but the main thing is that while you're dancing is you need to be able to pick up the hoop while you're dancing. So that's the big thing as a hoop dancer, is to be able to pick it up. Most hoop dancers tend to pick up the hoop with their feet, roll it up and pick it up like that. So over the years I found that there's a few different techniques you can use to pick up the hoop that will make it actually flow better with your dancing. So one of the techniques that I employ, well actually I employ them all, I go with them all. So sometimes I'll pick up my hoop like this, and then sometimes I'll pick up my hoop like this where I step inside of it, step back, scoop it up in the front, and then scoop it up with the other foot like this, and you should be able to have your hoop in both your legs like that, and then work it up to your body. So the other cool tricks that I do is I actually, there's a few different ways you can kick it up. So when you kick it up, that gives you more trick, more flair, I guess, if you want to put it that way, more ways to do it. So here's one of the other ways. You roll it up and then you kick sideways, but you keep your leg straight and you kick sideways like this, and then you spin the hoop, kick it, and it's gonna land somewhere around here. You could actually get it to land like right here. So like this, boom. There, and then like I said before, train on both sides. So that's the right leg kick, catch with the left foot. So here's the left foot, kick, catch with the right hand. And then there we are, we're already spinning it. So then I can change hands and then go into it like this. Okay? Change, change, change. Okay, and then one of the other things I teach my students is body weaving with the hoops. So another technique that you can use is body weaving. So how you do that is, and you know, like a lot of the beginner hoop dancers, they do this move and they go like this, and then it's over on the other side. So, you know, it's all part of the showmanship and the finesse of the hoop dancing. So there's left leg, right leg, back and forth. And then once you get good at that, then you can go actually into your legs, your lower legs, and do another body weaving techniques with just your legs. So how you do that is when you have your hoop like this, all you gotta do is turn it inside like that and have it in between your legs. And then all you do is you step through it like that. You just weave yourself through it. Like that. Very important to understand the different amounts of possibilities that you can go through the hoops. And then the other way of weaving and body weaving is bring it back up to here. You could lock it in your arms, but there's other hoop dancers, and I'm going to share this other technique. It's not really my technique, but it's from another hoop dancer from California area, Terry Godell, the Godell family. They use this with their arms. This is kind of like an arm thing that they do, and a lot of hoop dancers are kind of incorporating this. That's where you lock your arm in here, and you use this free arm to push it out, and then you unravel the hoop like that, and it unravels around your arm. So you bring that over, lock it, unravel it through your arm like that. So that's another weaving technique that you can use that is fairly simple and easy, but you just have to get to know your body. See, I use my pinky for that one. And you know, with hoop dancing, you kind of utilize all of your body parts. And then the other thing that I tend to practice a lot is the spinning of the hoop. So what I mean is, like, when you throw the hoop, you have to put a spin on it so it'll come back to you. So that's part of throwing it. So the spin that you put on it is that when you throw it outwards, you actually pull it back to give it a spin, like this. Watching it on camera, but here, I just want to make sure that I'm in the frame. So here, something like this, throw it, put a spin on it so it comes back. And then part of that is actually making a move out of another move. So that's the thing about hoop dancing and the choreography of hoop dancing, is one move has to flow to the next. It doesn't have to, but it always makes it better that way when you flow from one move to the next. So here's the other move. So here's the other side, here's the right side. You throw it, spin it, kick it, spin it, and then, you know, eventually I want to get more into some techniques of how to manipulate the hoop and do different things with it. So one of the things I employ with my beginner students is teaching them how to switch hands and spin like that. So stop, spin, change, stop, spin, change, stop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's, you know, everything is pretty much on beat when you're spinning, and it makes it a little bit easier to do stuff like that, do hoop techniques like that. And now that we're kind of comfortable with one hoop, you know, we kind of warm up. You know, there's a few other techniques that I could teach as well, like spinning the hoop on this angle as well. And it's where you basically use your hand and use gravity. So you kind of swing your hand with gravity like that and catch, spin and catch. So generally for our style of hoop dancing, each hoop has to be measured according to your body. So this is how I measure my hoops, is it has to fit between my armpit and my hand. And you know, just because it's body proportionate to my body, and every body size is a little bit different. Typically there's like 4 or 5 different sizes of hoops for Indigenous style hoop dancing. There's the ones for the little kids, and then there's one for the intermediate kind of preteen, and then there's a teen, and then, you know, as you get older your hoops get a little bit bigger, but not by very much. And you know, the hoop size is really important, because if you go too big then you won't be able to handle them. If you go too small you won't be able to fit in them. So always be aware of your hoop size and your surroundings. So I think I covered quite a bit of information today with hoop dancing. So just work on some of those techniques, go back on some of the videos that I've done in the past, and if you need to refresh yourself, this is kind of a reminder of that, as well as it's a good way to get started into the season again. A lot of hoop dancers will be training for the Worlds this year. So for those hoop dancers out there that are training, or those new hoop dancers that want to learn some techniques on hoop dancing, I'm always willing to share, and that's part of our nature as Indigenous people. We always like to share and empower each other to learn new things and pass on these traditions and the culture. So just keep on practicing, keep on hoop dancing. If you're a hoop dancer, if you're not, then you know, I'll try my best to share in the videos with the hoop dancing, and you know, eventually you're just gonna get good enough where it's just, you're just gonna be just awesome. You know, because there is a lot of hoop dancers up and coming. So when you do these moves and practice these moves, make sure to, you know, try to learn something each time. So a lot of times I will do moves like that, you know, just to fancy it up, just to learn something. What could I do with that move? How could I incorporate that into my routine? And you know, what's cool is you're being aware of your body, right? You're being aware of what you can do with a hoop, and it teaches you skills, fine motor skills on each side. So here's another technique I'll show you real quick before we end today. So this one is actually twirling the hoop around your knuckles like that. See, I'm doing it in slow motion so you can see it. So basically you're going like that. You're just going like this. So you're going like that. And do whatever you're doing on the left, same thing you do on the right. So if you drop it, don't worry. What I tend to do with my students is, if you drop a hoop, then that's, you gotta give yourself 10 push-ups or 10 sit-ups. And that's encouraging more fitness as a hoop dancer. So I dropped it, I'm gonna do some push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. Well, if you find any of this information valuable, please share and refer people to the website. And I'm always willing to share about hoop dancing and the techniques, and have fun with it, enjoy it. Again, my name is Dallas Arcand. I'm a 3-time world champion. If you would like to find out more information about me, go to my website, www.dallasarcand.ca, and follow me on Facebook, or we'll see you on the power trail or wherever. And with that, have a beautiful day. Thank you.